Y'all can hear me now? I thought everything was straight. Hold on, let me make sure. Everything should be straight now. Okay. But shout out to the Bounty Boys. Shout out to the Bounty Boys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made it. Y'all did what y'all supposed to do. You know, North Philly, they didn't want to play y'all in the beginning. You know, y'all went through the biggest obstacle. Y'all had to play Fort Lauderdale. Now they had some couple players missing, but y'all had to play the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes and other teams 703 to go through the gauntlet, go through the fire with gasoline draws. Then y'all actually, came out on top. So now we get a chance to see the rematch. I'm happy about it. I'm happy I get a chance to see the 12U Bounty Boys versus the North Philly Blackhawks. Now, do I got a horse in the race? No, I do not. I do not have a horse in the race. Also, hey, Butch was good. Also, share the live. I don't have a horse in the race, but I also want to know this. Are y'all going to do me like y'all going to do other people like y'all did me yesterday? Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes lost in the AYF. Something that people didn't really take it serious. But now AYF got a lot of people's eyes. But you got a lot of people also out there that need to slow their roll, man. You know, look, AYF is great. YNC is great. But if you want to, go two from there, then it's not going to be a great comparison. Let's just enjoy both entities. Shout out to the AYF. I did not like the way that they had to end up playing this team because one team played less teams than the other. They had to go through the gauntlet, the fire. Shout out to them, man. But we get to see this game, and I don't care who win. I just wanted to see it. I don't. Asa was good. I don't. You feel what I'm saying? So yes, we get the rematch. But I also want to go through some of the games that I said or thought that the teams that will make it. Starting with the AU. Shout out to Frankfurt. Shout out to them because I felt like they were a really good team. I just thought that Fort Lauderdale will be able to make a few stops. They didn't, but shout out to them because they end up going to they end up going to the championship, Frankfurt. Now they play Midwest. Now let's see how they do that one. Let's see if they can actually complete the task. Let's see if the coach actually have, the poise that he need in order to keep the boys, on point, on task. Because I will tell y'all this, it's an added pressure when y'all go to the championship. I've seen it. I've seen babies throw up. I done seen people freeze. I done seen coaches call plays they ain't called all year. I seen coaches put themselves out of the game. It's an added pressure. So shout out to Frankfurt. Shout out to Midwest for actually making it. Shout out to these two teams. So we got the championship Saturday, which is tomorrow. This game will be at 3. So we got this game at 3. We got Midwest Hawks that's out of Illinois, and they play versus the Frankfurt Chargers. And then in third place, we got the North Carolina Giants playing versus the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. So shout out to y'all, man, for actually making it. But man, hey, I just want to ask the question though. Why did we have to go through the gauntlet just to get this game? Why can we just get it? Hey, what's up, Coach Tim? Why can we just get this game? You feel what I'm saying? Hey, yes, everybody like it, comment and subscribe, man. Please, thank you. But why did we have to wait to the championship to get this game? See, it wasn't even a foregone conclusion. Luckily, Bounty Boys was able to pull it off. But my whole thing is, why did it take the championship for them to play? So if they would have lost to the Fort Lauderdale Hurricane, we'd have never seen this game. That's the problem that I have. I don't care that they don't care if I want to see the game. I understand that. Hey, what's up? What's up, PA Trenches? But why do we have to even go through that to even, you know what I'm saying, to even see this game? This is the only thing. I'm not saying that Bounty Boys is better than North Philly. I'm not saying that North Philly is better than Bounty Boys. What happened last year happened. They got new pieces. They got North Philly also got new pieces, right? I just wanted to see the game. It shouldn't have took this. He said we in here. Yeah, so this is the disappointment that I have. That hopefully we don't get through or go through next year. If people want to see the game, play it. Those are the games that the team end up being able to make some money for the organization, right? All that. We want to see the game when we want to see the game. PA Trenton says, why didn't Charge Up Bulls and Watkins play? I think Charged Up Bulls playing the UFYL. What is it? I think it's UFYL. They playing that. So I would have loved to seen it, right? I would have loved to see that game, but I also would have loved to see Watkins versus the North Philly Blackhawks. So I can give them a pass. Here's the only reason why I can give them the pass, PA Trenches, is because they didn't play North Philly. They should have also played that game. You feel what I'm saying? So, shout out to them. I think they should have played Charged Up Bulls. I want to see y'all play everybody that should be playing. And also, hey man, if y'all can, definitely share the live. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Fort Lauderdale, they had they moment. You know what I'm saying? They won the YNC. So they was able to experience that elation, right? That happiness. And now I want, these two teams that play in the AYF, right, to battle and duke it out for the supremacy. Who is the best? Now I know who they said is the best. North Philly feel like they're the better team, and it was a waste of time to play versus the Bounty Boys. But I just wanted to see the game, and I'm glad I got a chance to do it. So shout out to y'all. He says they didn't want to leave VA. We played 2 games in their backyard. Yeah, you played 2 games in their backyard. That don't mean y'all played them. Y'all played in the backyard. Why didn't y'all play them? See, even though I'm very happy for Bounty Boys, I still don't give no excuses. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all should have played that game. If y'all was in their backyard. Now, if y'all was saying y'all was in their backyard and they still ducked y'all, then okay, that's different. But just going to their backyard and not making the game happen is not enough. He says, man, when North Philly wins tomorrow, can we put this Walking Love Fest to rest? Absolutely. But I still didn't like how it had to happen. That's all I'm saying. I didn't like how it had to happen. I would like for the fact that coach called to play the game and then your coach answered the bell. That's all. There were a lot of games that we didn't get to see this year. But Darnell says the game was offered to them and they declined. I saw the message. So I can agree. He says, I don't know if it's true, but I read Zip has 7 kids that wasn't eligible. YNC and AYF cutoff are different. Just something I saw. Nah, that definitely was the case, right? But they played, so shout out to the Bounty Boys. Now, let me, matter of fact, I'm gonna get back to them, but let me build up to that. I'm gonna talk about these other games. All right, so All right, so in the 9U, right? Now, I told y'all, and I pretty much said I did not know who was going to win. But what I did know is that the Gorilla Mob is a really good team. They were a big team, right? They were a big team. And so I know that they matched up well versus the DMVU No Limit. But damn, I didn't expect this. I can honestly tell y'all that I did not expect for them to 30 ball them, bruh, at all. They got 30 ball, bruh. I didn't expect that. That's crazy. 43-13. Damn, Coach Al. I don't know what happened. I don't. Coach Al, I don't know what happened, my guy. Y'all got 30 ball in the semifinals to Gorilla Mob. But Gorilla Mob really said that they went to AYF because they felt like they have a better chance at winning. See, they was running for the YNC. And shout out to Gorilla Mob. But y'all better not let them win it. Coming over here because they running from YNC. Y'all, hey, who Eastside, y'all better make sure y'all take care of business, man. Because shout out to GMU. They came over there because they felt like they had a better chance. So that's a good championship match that I actually wanted to see. I wanted to see the East Side, you know what I'm saying, East Side Raiders play versus GMU because both of these teams are big teams. And I like the way that Eastside Raiders, I like the way they mix it up. I like how they got them big boys. I wanted to see, the big boys play versus the big boys. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DMVU. They didn't really have a good day today. They had a couple teams that was actually in the semifinals on their way to to the championship again. But then you got teams that said otherwise. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of them. So the next one, we got 10U. We got Southfield playing versus the Mac Dolphins. Now, I was wrong on a lot of things, but I was right about this bracket. I did say Southfield will win. And I also said that the Mac Dolphins, I had them winning. I believe that they will win. And so this is who we got: Southfield versus the Mac Dolphins. Now, Mac Dolphins was able to avenge a loss that they had last season from the DMVU. Shout out to them for going to the championship, going through the gauntlet, and making it there. Now, they still got one more game that they must win in order to, in order to say that they are AYF national champions. So shout out to them for actually making it and beating a really good team. In fact, a champion, last year's champion in order to get there. But I know Coach Al is mad right now. I can bet my bottom dollar because if they lost like that, obviously there was a miscommunication and they was not responding to what Coach Al was trying to tell them. So shout out to them. Far as for the Mac Dolphins, you had the other coach. What is his name? Coach, is it Coach No or something like that? Well, you had the other coaches that's pretty much also upset because they lost 19-7. Man, shout out to Mac Dolphins because a lot of people didn't get him enough credit. They only thought that they will only be able to pass the ball, but they had some level, literally, they had some level of success. You know what I'm saying? And that ended up playing in the favor of Mac Dolphins. But they was able to run a little bit, right? They was able to put number 5 back there. He scored a touchdown. They were able to pass the ball, and they were able to run the ball, right? They did a couple of RPO plays. They just dialed it up. You feel what I'm saying? So Mac Dolphin, man, shout out to y'all for making it to the championship because nobody really gave y'all a chance. And y'all made it there, but y'all got one more game that y'all must win. So shout out to y'all. All right. So then the next one, everybody and their mama knew this one. Y'all knew that Miami Garden Ravens would have been in the championship. And for my pick, I did say that the OG Ducks will advance. So now we got the OG Ducks playing versus the Miami Garden Ravens, and I got the Miami Garden Ravens winning again. Okay. So this is right here is part of the reason why I don't want people to take the Bounty Boys win versus the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes and make it a big deal, because then you have to then come back here and say, hey, the Miami Garden Ravens did not even win their first game, right? They didn't win at all. So y'all trying to say that since y'all beat one of ours, our YNC teams, that y'all better, see, then it won't look good, because then you gotta also select the 13U, which is Miami Garden Ravens and OG Ducks, which the Rare Breeds beat both of those teams. So don't start that. Let's just take the victory, for the 12U, and then we're gonna say that it was a great game, because I don't want to get into the semantics, because I'm telling you, it's gonna start a whole bunch of stuff with people saying that stuff. All right, so let's go to the next one. We got 12U championship, Watkins Bounty Boys playing versus the Black Hawks, the athletic club. And shout out to the North Philly Blackhawks, man. I know I give them a little bit of flack only because they was giving me flack for giving them a whole bunch of credit, and then they just turned their back on me. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to North Philly Blackhawks for actually advancing another year, to the championship. Although they played the Pistol Pete Fire Tones to get there, man. But shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they did what they were supposed to do. But this is why I can pretty much disagree with the fact that you got a live drawing, man. Do a ranking, put them babies where they supposed to be, and go ahead and play in the gauntlet, man. He says, what is the age cutoff for AYF? I think it's 8-1. I think it's the 8-1, and then it's 7-1 for YNC. So shout out to y'all. Hey, now what's good, bro? Um, and then Tyler he says, man, I'm late. What I missed? Nah, man, we just talking about starting off about the North Philly Blackhawks not wanting to willingly play versus the Bounty Boys, and how it took the Bounty Boys to fight and go through the gauntlet to get to the North Philly Blackhawks. You know what I'm saying? They had to really play these hard games, while the North Philly just sat there and played versus the teams that we already knew that they was going to beat. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we able to get a restored and a fresh Bounty Boys playing versus a fresh North Philly Blackhawks. And I know that they already told me. How do I know? How do you know? How do I know that that North Philly ain't hurt? I'm not saying that they not. What I am saying is that they didn't have to have as much, wear and tear on their body as the Bounty Boys did. I can assure you that. You feel what I'm saying? That's the one thing that I can assure. Hey, Coach Brandy, what's up? Hey, Coach Brandy, I expected y'all to be in this AYF. I don't know what happened to y'all, but shout out to y'all anyway. Shout out to you for taking the time out for them babies also. Ada says, so can you turn a certain age before July 1st? Nah, you can't turn, you gotta turn an age after July 1st. Because if any day that you turn before July 1st, then that means that you're gonna have to play that age that you turn. He says, don't mean AYF got older kids. Nah, AYF got younger kids. He says now, yeah, I could turn a certain age before for YNC. Says YNC is older than AYF. That's why Q didn't see 00 and 9 from Big Zip. Yeah, now that was a major piece. You know what I'm saying? But let me get to that coaching, man. Let me get to the coaching. I'm gonna just say this, man. Shout out, was it number one? I couldn't see the number on EF Live. Shout out to that man, who imposed his will and got the touchdowns. Shout out to him. I think it was number one. Now, I want to say this. The coach, you have to make better adjustments next game because the turnovers, luckily the defense was able to hold their own, but to run the same plays 3 to 4 times and not get nowhere neither time, that was crazy. That was scary work right there. Y'all got to make better adjustments, than that. I would say, damn, pass the ball to something. But even when it was like 3rd and 15, they still tried to run the ball. I said, man, they gonna have to make better adjustments. But then they came down. I think they got 2 possessions before they actually scored their first time. But then on the 3rd possession, when they scored, they end up, I think it was like 3rd and long. They still ran the ball. Luckily, number one, I believe is number one, end up, running and scoring the touchdown. Shout out to him. But he put them on the map, put them on the clock, on the scoreboard, and they end up scoring again right after that. But shout out to them. But the coach, y'all gotta make the adjustments early when y'all play versus the North Philly Blackhawks. Now, although I said all the stuff that I said, North Philly is a hell of a team. They're a really good team. The fact that the Bounty Boys now have Ball Hog, which gave them, championship experience, they need to lean more towards him. They need to make sure that that's their leader tomorrow because he been there. He's been to the championship. He know what it takes to win. So that's all I'm saying. Don't coach yourself out of the game because that's what probably happened last season. Y'all got to make sure that y'all do everything that y'all supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is just take whatever North Philly Blackhawks give y'all. You know what I'm saying? So he says those elite boys definitely balled out. Chris Okoro, number 12, best 10U player in the country. Man, that would have been a good match though if they could have made it to play versus Mac. But hey, man, I knew Southfield was a really good team. I seen them when they came out here in Atlanta. They played versus, if I'm not mistaken, I think like the Walk 'em Down gang or something like that. But they didn't win, but they showed that they were a really good team. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that was going to be a good game. And shout out to Avant, man. Appreciate you. Now he says, yeah, a month difference. Yeah, Darnell was good. He says, and they only played 2 games to get to the chip. Yeah, that was crazy right there. He says, y'all funny as up and wrong as usual. How are we wrong, bro? Chef Cheese, bro. What do you want today, my guy? I appreciate you being here, though. But what are we wrong about? Who are you talking? I know you ain't talking about me because I ain't gave a prediction. All I said was, which is right, the Bounty Boys had to play harder competition to get to the championship. Is that not factual information? It is. Okay. We know that the North Philly Blackhawks did not have to play the harder teams. You did not know that the North Philly Watkins, the Bounty Boys, you did not know if they were going to make it to the championship because they had a lot more resistance. People didn't think that they would beat the 703 after losing to them. They didn't think they would win their next game. They didn't think that they would win versus Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. So they actually had to play tough competition to get there. Now, I know I ain't wrong about that. and you probably weren't even talking to me. But I know I ain't say nothing wrong. He says, y'all sleeping on Southfield Falcons. I like them for the upset. Nah, nah, Brandon. I don't know. Probably. I doubt it. I doubt it. What you call them? They got too much. But I do like it. I do like what I see. Like I say, I've seen the Southfield Falcons play in person. So I know that they can definitely upset the apple cart. But do I think that it's going to be the case? No, I got the Mac Dolphins winning that game. He said, and YNC cutoff is July 1st. Brandon, he said, I thought the atmosphere would be more turned at that 12U compared to any game at YNC. That was low key lame. Man, that's the thing, man. You got to get more parents involved, more people that's a fan of the organization, that type of stuff. But shout out to the game being played. That's all I'm saying. Tyler says missing 7 starters. I think Kane had too much dip on the chip. So yeah, missing 7 starters is crazy. He said, bro, you don't watch Bounty Boys. That's their game. I watch Bounty Boys. I watched Bounty Boys when they played 703 twice. It was working. They dialed it up. Oh, yeah, I think the 4th possession that they end up scoring versus 703. I seen them. But what I'm saying is if it's not working, try to create some other type of misdirection, you know what I'm saying, to get them to bite. But like I said, luckily it was a misassignment on the behalf of the Canes that caused them to get scored on. But shout out to them. It was third and long. Third and really long. I'm talking about they was gonna have to punt it last time. He said, niggas just gotta stop it. Stop what, bruh? He said Zip played 2 games as well. I get it. The Zip play, I'm not talking about the Zip. They're out of here. They're not even in the equation no more. The Zip, I don't even know where they at. That's old news. They lost. We won't see them tomorrow. I'm talking about Bounty Boys. I'm saying their road to the ship was much harder. That's what I'm saying. Am I wrong about that? Because I got to make sure, I have to make sure, okay, that we're on the same page. I'm not giving any predictions. I'm not saying any of that. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not giving a prediction. I am not. What I am is I'm happy that the game is forcibly being played, which means that if they did not make it to the championship, this game would have never happened. Thanks to y'all coaches. That's all I'm saying. If it was up to the coach, this game would never been played. And that's facts. I guarantee you can't tell me I'm lying about that. He says, who fault is it seeding went their way and went? Man, check this out. I don't believe in coincidence. Just so happened, y'all get the easiest route. The winners, the champions. Come on, man. He says, y'all gave predictions yesterday saying Canes was going 30 ball. I didn't say that they were going 30 ball. Nobody said that. Nobody said that they were going to 30 ball. Nobody. We said that they had a chance, but like they gonna have to play their game. Nobody said that the Canes was gonna 30 ball them. I already knew that. I talked to Mel already. I knew that a lot of those players wasn't even going to play. So why would I say that they were 30 ball them? So that's not accurate, Richard. He says, like, stop it, man. We all picked them to beat 703. If nobody, y'all did not pick them to beat 703. And then you did not think that they would beat the Bounty. I mean, the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. You thought that they were going to make it to play y'all again. He said we all picked them to win. He said everybody picked them to meet Zip, but okay. I didn't see that. I seen people was in trouble. Can you talk about other Philly squads? Frankfurt, man. Shout out to Frankfurt. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, shout out to Frankfurt. I had talked about the AU a little bit earlier, but shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? For actually making it. Like I said, I thought Fort Lauderdale was gonna be able to. Um, I thought they was gonna be able to win that game, but it wasn't a foregone conclusion because what I said was I just think that they have a really great offense, but the difference is Frankfurt matched that. They scored 25 points. You know what I'm saying? And they held them to 20. I knew the Canes was going to score, but I didn't expect them to get scored on, 25 points. But I mean, get 25 points scored on them after holding everybody, pretty much scoreless and stuff like that. So shout out to them. Shout out to Frankfurt. I did say that I do think that they would make it if they continue to be able to dial it up the way that they do, and they was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And they did it versus the team that I felt like was going to win, and they made it to the championship. Because y'all remember what I said? I said that I believe Frankfurt will go to the championship, but I just think that they would have a hard time if they play versus Fort Lauderdale before the championship. So then, I might have to go with them. But man, shout out to them. Now I'm gonna for sure be watching the championship. Now I watched most of it of their game, and I think honestly they really just got to continue to do what they was doing earlier in the game. They just got to, a lot of they was running some misdirections. I like the way I like the heart of Frankfurt because first of all, to be able to fight through adversity and look like y'all may not advance to the next level, man, and continue to fight hard and then edge out the game. To me, that's a champion. Now, I really look for them to actually win the whole thing because they end up coming up short last time, and I thought that them being undefeated and still not, I mean, only losing a couple games and still not winning it after dominating the whole entire half of the first season last year. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's very warranted, and the coaches got the pieces that they needed in order to make it to the championship. But again, would they be able to do all this versus the Midway Hawks? Now, that's a team I never expected to make it. I never expected them to make it. He says, our starting back out all year, and you keep saying we fresh. No, we not. Y'all fresher than them. He said when Bally played 703 the first time, they was missing kids. You seen what happened when they had full strength. Now here's the thing though. See, they not giving that excuse. They're not, they just saying, oh, well, y'all lost to 703. Ain't no way they gonna beat us. So now people talking about, man, we knew they were gonna beat them. That ain't what y'all said. If y'all knew that they were better than the 703, then why was y'all making it a big deal? That's the question I would like answered. He says, why even come AYF if you know kids too old? Man, they probably felt like they could win with the ones that they can't play with. He says they had a bye first game. I was responding to we had to play 2 games. They had a bye. Yeah, yeah. They had a bye. See, what you call them didn't have a bye. They weren't supposed to have a bye. And if so, they should have remixed that bracket to make sure that they have to play 3 games to get to a championship as well. They had a bye the first game. He says no, it wasn't, but okay. We don't care about no predictions. I didn't give a prediction, bro. Can y'all hear? Can Champ Cheese, can you hear? I said I didn't give a prediction. I wasn't giving a prediction. I just wanted to see the game. That's it. Damn, I can't want to see the game. Is it a crime for me to want to see y'all play versus the Bounty Boys? Is it a crime for that? All I wanted to do was see the game. I didn't say that y'all would lose. I didn't say none of that. I just want to see the game. I don't want to hear what you think will happen. I want to see the game. Thank you. That's it. And that's all. I don't see the problem in that. He said enough about Watkins. Had to walk through a blizzard and across the Dead Sea. That's facts. They definitely had to do that though. He said, "Bro, the same team that bragged about beating a team missing starters will be the same team that won't go YNC." Yes, we did. How y'all gonna? He said, "Don't even try to put on." Y'all picked all zip teams to win. Actually, I like I said, after getting the inside information, I no longer had them winning. I already knew when they told me how many of the players was missing. I got this information last night, soon as I got off the live. Uh he says, can YNC teams play under AYF rule? I don't think YNC want to play under AYF rules. They're too strict. And in fact, if they play under AYF rules, they not gonna get the people that you know what I'm saying that they used to getting. Because ain't nobody gonna want to play under, under that many rules. He says Kane should have rolled off in the offseason with that lock and YNC Natty. Nothing else to prove. I mean, they wanted to play. See, the thing about it is what you see is that it's hard to win both. It's hard to win both. As you can see, the rare breed end up beating who they beat. They beat the OG Ducks and they beat Miami Garden Ravens. They dominated Miami Garden Ravens. They didn't just beat them; they dominated them. And so now they are playing. These are the two teams that are in the championships playing versus each other in a rematch game. I believe that the Miami Garden Ravens beat um, if I'm not mistaken, did they play already? If so, I think the Miami Garden Ravens beat OG Ducks. If not, this will be the first time. But these were two teams that played in the YNC. But it just shows that it's very hard to win both. I says replying to Brandon. If teams had 7-3 cutoff dates, I bet Battle Team would lose. You could say that, but like I say, if we go by the teams that play versus AYF and YNC, then we're gonna have to say YNC has has a more of a dominant record, bro. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to get into that conversation. I don't want to get into that type of talk because if we have that talk, like I say, y'all got the Miami Garden Ravens, who is a four-time national champion, end up getting dominated in YNC. Then y'all got two in the 13U that played in the YNC, right? Getting dominated. Now they got dominated in the YNC, and now these two teams are in the championship. Then for the 9U, you had a team that played in the YNC, right? Who didn't win it in the GMU Gorilla Mob, and now they in the championship. So I don't want to have that conversation because if people try to make that argument, I don't think the AYF are going to be the ones that come off on top. He says, it's not my fault. You reading the comments late, bro. Can you hear? My bad, bro. My bad, Cheese. Yeah, nah, bro. Because I was talking and I was doing other stuff. I wasn't looking at the He says my bounty. He said my bounty boys want their bike back. My bounty boys got that bike back 2 times. He says, Ken, nobody cares about winning AYF besides the teams that's scared of YNC Gauntlet. Who's respected the random drawing over a respected ranking system? Yeah, I mean, you kind of right there. Says Ken, did you see the Ravens? Yeah, man, they won 33-0. I mean, it wasn't much to watch. I didn't finish the game, but I definitely watched it, watched some of it. But nah, I didn't, I don't be really liking the blowouts. He says, man, shout out to Big Zip. They played under AYF rules, and it was a great game. Then other battle teams dropping their older kids. Yeah, man, shout out to them. It's the Alpha Dog 13U. Shout out to Alpha Dog. He said, so people cool with older kids playing if they don't meet the age cutoff. Now, that's that old other stuff. I've been felt like everybody needs the same age cutoff group. Everybody needs that. I've never agreed with it anyway. Because when you go to middle school, you're going to play with older kids that may be 2 or 3 months, 4 months older than you. So a month ain't a big difference at all. You know what I'm saying? You go to high school playing with people that's 3 or 4 years older than you. So, I mean, at some point, you got to play, with teams that, players that are older than you. Technically, Rare Breed won both. They beat damn near all the teams that went to AYF. I mean, you can't. He said, with Tyler, how is YNC a gauntlet? YNC is the friend and family system. Them leaving Lambo out this year showed it's a friend and family system. They didn't leave Lambo out. Nathan, they didn't leave Lambo out. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Not to really just get into that, but they didn't leave Lambo out. Lambo decided that they wanted to go see one in. They did not leave Lambo out though. He said, so what about the 11U bracket? Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that, Coach Hill. He said, bruh, every game at the AYF played a battle team. It was under battle rules. Alpha Dog. No, I'm saying to me, man, AYF, I like AYF for the fact that they got structure. Don't get me twisted. I just feel like there are some things that they can bend on. There are some rules that they can bend on. Celebration is one. I think everybody in here can agree that being able to celebrate after you score a touchdown with your teammates, that should be allowed. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, being strict and not fighting and all that other stuff, I can agree with them kicking people out and not fighting. And then I think that they should be better with the media. They should be much better with the media, and they should not be charging, people to watch the footage because people are not going to pay to watch their footage. And then on top of that, that means that it's least kids who paid, who coaches paid 800 to 1,000 to play in there. So that should be automatic. You know what I'm saying? That should be automatic. He said, this is how you end this AYF versus YMC. Respected ranking system. It was people complaining about YNC since last year. And I agree. I agree with you, champ. There was a lot of people that was disagreeing with the ranking system, but the difference is they're working on it. They're looking to work on it. They're listening to the people. They're not very stringent on this rule. So now they're going to try to get it right. They're going to try to get it right. So I think that it will be a better situation for AYF if they get a ranking system. And I thought that y'all had that. What was Darian doing? I thought Darian was was doing y'all rankings. And I thought that, I think that they should do a top 25 because if they do a top 20 or a top 25 and then y'all got them 16 team brackets and stuff like that, then only 14 that makes that, that ranking system won't go to the to the AYF, tournament or whatever. So Richard, he said, if cutoff dates don't matter, then why Voodoo won't play Brick City? Man, I'll try to get them to play Brick City. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think they blast Brick City. I really do. He says Voodoo played 11U team, though, right? Yeah, I made that same argument, Richard. I did. But then after hearing a lot of the parents that's from Florida, I agree. I agree at the fact that they didn't play because they saying that it's much more than that. He's saying that they were saying that Brick City knew that there were 11U team. But then what made it a problem is they trying to act as if they, are a 10U team. And everybody knew that they were 11U team. He said, and the other thing too, if they feel like they're older and they're 11U team, then they should have just played other 11U teams. So that way they could have went to battle. He says, how and why and by exactly. Who was it decided 7-1 was going to be the date? Well, in this case, everybody decided that 7-1 is going to be the date. A lot of people, I think, if I'm not mistaken, AYF is supposed to be 7-1 next season, if I'm not mistaken. But everybody is gonna be a 7-1 date. He says if it wasn't for Canes being an AYF, being in AYF, nobody wouldn't even tune in. Let's talk about it. If Lil Rod and his team wasn't there, nobody would really care about 11U. Let's be for real. Man, you bringing out the guns, huh? He said, BS said, I just don't get it. He says two different cutoff dates. Be realistic. Um, half them kids wouldn't be able to play in AYF. By YNC rule, Brick City is a 11U. Yep, that's what they said. He says YNC team should try AYF for 1 year to show how dominant they are with those older kids. AYF teams are always at a disadvantage when they play under YNC rules. I mean, but here's the thing. If are you saying that you want them to play even with the older kids? Because then that means that if you wanted that, then it would have been not Brick City, but Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes with all of their players playing versus the Bounty Boys today. See, they didn't play with a lot of their starters, so I'm trying to see what you trying to get to. He says get rid of NPR2 at nationals and why have D1 championship games at the same time. Oh man, somebody told me that they have two of the games played. Oh yeah, I think that was you, PA Trenton. That is silly. That is why would you have? You should be in the championship game. Everybody should be able to see every single team in the championship because that didn't make sense to me. It didn't. Why would we play? Why would we have the same game? I mean, championship games being played at the same time. See, this is when everybody goes to one field, and then the team after team, they play. Says people talking about age cutoff, but realistically, some battle teams have maybe 3 kids that's 7-1 on a team. I don't think it mattered to them. He said AYF changed theirs from last year because people complained. Yeah, but I heard they're supposed to be 7-1 next year, Champ Chief. He says this. Brandon said these same people crying about YNC cutoffs are the same people crying about their team not being ranked by YNC. Hey, that's a good point right there. He says they did a ball system last year and did the computer ranking system this year. I don't know what they want them to change. I'm saying they want it seemed like they just want them to go by rankings, a ranking system. You feel what I'm saying? They should go by a ranking system. And then once they do that, then the teams that y'all have ranked, y'all go in that order. So he says, yeah, I thought Darian was doing the rankings for AYF also. So I mean, y'all not doing Darian's, he does it. I think if especially if he's a part of the AYF, why wouldn't they use his? I think he has a legit, for real, a legit ranking system. He's on point with a lot of this stuff. He says, next subject. Did y'all see number 3 on Brick City? I didn't. I don't think I seen it. What? No, I seen a little bit. I didn't see as much as I wanted to. I think if you talk about that game, did they play versus Southfield? If so, I seen a little bit. How you feel about Boyne game versus Raven? Are they supposed to be playing again? Or are you talking about the one that was in YNC? If you talking about the one that was in YNC, Jameer, um, I would say this: Miami Garden Ravens is lucky to have been playing versus the rare breed because they got a fumble call that was given back to them. Um, it was when the quarterback Javian he put the ball right there, right for the first down, and then fumbled the ball, but nobody tackled him, and then they end up stopping the play afterwards. Miami Garden Ravens was lucky to have even advanced. They shouldn't have been there. So, far as that game, I felt like Boynton Beach Bulldogs should have advanced, should have been playing in the next um, they should have played in the next game, but that wasn't how it turned out. Said Voodoo played Twin City, no excuses. But I mean, it's a difference though. They talking about making history at the 10U. So I mean, I get what you're saying. Cause I was saying the same thing that you were saying, Jameer. He says, bro, you gotta be from the city to understand. Voodoo plays up with local teams to get work rather than play 11U that want recognition. So hey, I hope that answered your question. He says, Ken, how you feel about that Boyden game versus Raven? I think I read that one already. He says, he said no one makes an 8-1 roster. No team at the AYF will play the same team from YNC. Hey, the crazy part is I actually seen the North Philly Blackhawks play in the YNC. So they have played in YNC. I think they end up losing to a team called the Golden. What was it? The Golden Triders or something like that? Titans. And man, it was a good game. I swear to God, it was a really good game when they played. I was like, damn, like that's when I first discovered the North Philly Blackhawks. I said, damn, hey coach, man, y'all didn't win this game, bro, but y'all came to play for real. Man, they was scoring back and forth. It was just back and forth, back and forth. These that same folks that complain about cutoffs used to use older but lighter kids and pop water weighted days. Yeah, I seen that too. He said teams were ranked, and they called their name, and whatever number came out was the spot. They got in the season. you can't go by ranking system in AYF. It's way too many teams for that. It says YNC don't have a lot of teams. That's why it's always the same teams, and they be setting up there on their rankings. Okay, they be sitting on their rankings. All right, AYF can't do rankings because all the teams are Lulus. That wasn't me saying that. It said, and they don't care to rank them. AY, I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect AYF, man. They're a good team. They're a good team. Hey, Brandon, so what's your solution? Because you are heavy on the C1N. Now, I don't know if C1N is gonna have the legs, that you thought they were gonna have right now. They got to get better pieces. They got to get more people that actually know these teams because from what I'm hearing and the people that I actually talked to, they were a little disappointed. They were a little disappointed at the C1N. So I want to know, what is your solution? Do you feel like Cam should start targeting AYF teams? Because it seems like just going after YNC teams is just not enough. So, it is what it is. It says played 2 years ago and got third place without any older kids. Lost to ATL Elite. Are you talking about the YNC champ? Because I did see them, but they did lose to the Golden Trotters or something like that. They had this kid, man. Number 10 was a dog, bro. He was a dog. AYF got 300 to 400 teams. How you rank? Wow, that's a lot of teams, Richard. That's a lot of teams. Hold on, y'all. That's crazy. Man, that's a whole hell of a lot of teams. 300 to 400 teams in the YS. Man, I mean, the AYF, that's crazy right there. But, I mean, y'all got to watch these teams anyway. I mean, so if y'all keeping an eye on these teams, I mean, I think y'all still can have the regents. I still think that y'all can do, most of the stuff that y'all doing. But when it comes to the seeding, I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of hard because when you look at it, let's say every team end up winning their region. How do you determine who actually is ranked? Rank what? But you can do that throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like if your team is really good, obviously they're gonna stand out. So I mean, you can do it, but damn, that's a lot of teams. He says no team that won C1N will win AYF D1 this year. I don't think so neither. Well, I mean, Alpha Dog definitely got a shot. They definitely got a legit shot. C1N is a knockoff AYF. Lost a lot of credibility after seeing how things went down. Oh, Brandon Jones. So you no longer on the hype train? You not on the C1N train? Ah, man. You was dogging YNC. Now you saying that they ain't even got a chance. They a knockoff. Man, hey, Brandon Jones is a tough crowd, man. All I can say says, yeah, and why? Okay, yeah. Now I see. That's when I seen North Philly. Man, they're a good team, bro. I forgot the number that they had, but it's on my channel. Like I filmed it, I posted. But man, that running back, I'm telling you, I forgot. I will have to go back and look it up. I'll tell you the number. Maybe you might know, champ. You might know him. But man, that was a good ass game, bro. I can honestly say that. Oh, you said no one to win at the C1N except for maybe DEA. He says 300 teams and only three can maybe compete with Battle. This is a tough dude, bro. Nah, I just think honestly, bro, just like I just start paying attention to the Eastside Raiders, bro. They got a lot of teams that's actually good. They got a lot of teams. So let me see. PA Trenton says so DA couldn't have won AYF this year. And I think couldn't have won AYF this year. And I think that Duval 9U could win too. Duval 9U is good. I don't know why they didn't even try to, test them or challenge themselves. But shout out to them though. And shout out to the coaches that at least telling you that they're not looking to be ranked if they're not trying to play local. If they don't feel like they the goods, then that's different. If you feel like you the goods and that you one of the best teams and you're complaining about rankings, then you got to play. You got to play the top teams. You got to do that. All right. So he says Hurricane Money Muscling Entertainment. What's up with you? Said Hurricane number one and Bounty Boys number one running back put on a show. Running back put on a show today. Man, yeah, yeah. Number one, he definitely. To me, he kind of saved Coach because Coach was going. He was going up the middle, trying to do a sweep. Looked like he was doing a jet, like a jet sweep or something like that. They're trying the same thing though, but it was like, bro, they own to that. But then number one just came and said otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I think they were kind of scared to tackle him a little bit. So they got a dose of their own medicine. Because he looked like he can be a big boy. Says, watch how many AYF teams will be complaining when YNC drop the final rankings. Hey, hey, make sure y'all tap in too, man. Fanatic, he got his rankings that he gonna do for for the final rankings, man. I think y'all just might like it. Make sure I already know Champ. I think Champ is a Champ Cheese, man. That dude support, man. Hey, even though I be messing with him a lot, man, I really appreciate dude, bro. Cause he be really supporting the channel. So shout out to Champ Cheese. And tomorrow, man, I think we're gonna have a really good game from top to bottom. So I'm gonna need y'all help, for those who do the AYF, you know what I'm saying? For those who do the AYF, I'm gonna need y'all, you know what I'm saying, to put me on some of them teams because I'm really trying to show love to more than just YNC teams. So I'm gonna need y'all help in that regards. So just highlight y'all just how like y'all tell me about certain teams and I get to check them out. Let me know a little early so I can, go support them and do the stuff that I'm doing with the YNC as well. Because at the end of the day, like I say, it ain't about the coaches, it ain't about nobody else other than those kids. And I would love to help get them some exposure. You feel what I'm saying? I would love to bring them onto this side. Yes, I'm gonna still be rocking with the YNC because I know them. You feel what I'm saying? But I would like to get to know the other teams so this channel can be about everybody, not just YNC or C1N. I wanna include everybody. So people can have an opportunity because I don't want to be able to say, man, I think this person is the best quarterback or best this or best that. But then y'all really got what was it? That's Jersey, it's New Jersey. But what's his name? Uh Kemp, the running back from Brick City, the one that played running back. I wouldn't have known about them. You feel what I'm saying? But it's people that's out there that's out that way that's just as good as him. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know about them. And I'm trying to get to know, these players. He said AYF teams always got to travel to YNC teams. Only YNC teams that travel to everybody was Rare Breed 12U last year. That the only YNC team I respect that said was the best team that year, and then they proved by going on the road and beating everybody. Yeah, man. Shout out to them. He said beating everybody. ASS. This is Jameer. He said, "What was the context behind Twin City comment?" Uh, hey, let me know what you talking about, cause I'll be gladly to let you know. He says, "Fanatic, tell Fanatic I'll send him my rankings when AYF is done." Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got his too. He already got his ready. But yeah, definitely do that, because I think he was expecting you to do that already, because he had mentioned it. He says Blackhawks blew out Atlanta Chargers. Hey, Atlanta is they overrated. I mean, they not. I ain't meant to say that. They are underrated. That's a team. They really have a lot of talent. He says you saw number 3 left Brick City. Nah, where did he go? He quit. Oh, Gabe. Yep, Gabe. Man. So basically it's a lot of people out there that's just as good. You know what I'm saying? Um, But like I say, man, I know Bounty Boys, like even when Bounty Boys was Clock Boys, right? When a lot of them, when some of them was Clock Boys, they were a good organization. But then I knew Philly, like I say, when I went to the YNC, I knew they was a good organization. I've been paying attention to them. So these are the only teams that I really know. So the teams that I know is Bounty Boys, right? Which was Clock Boys. I know North Philly. I know now. I didn't know at the time. I just found out about them, I think last season, about New Jersey, right? With Gabe, Kemp, and all them. And then I found out about the Dark Chiefs, right? And then of course I knew I think it was DMV Knights, then Maryland Heat, and what's the other team I knew about? Oh, North Carolina Giants. Those are the only teams I knew about. But now I know a little bit more teams and stuff like that. But that's where y'all help us out. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's really giving y'all exposure. And in fact, man, we looking to do something. I'm telling you. I think y'all gonna enjoy it. But I just want to make sure that it's inclusive. It says he said, "I'll do your homework." When Lambo was number one, he said, "Do your homework." When Lambo was number one, they went to Vegas, Texas, and New York in 1 year. I think nah. Bounty Boys traveled to them. He said, then they lost the next game, ATA Elite with the number 5 kid. But yeah, man, that's my hour, man. I appreciate y'all. Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, me and Fanatic will be coming on. I don't think I'll be coming on tomorrow. But yeah, bro, I appreciate y'all. Definitely hit that like button on the way out. And whatever it is that y'all want to know, bro, just always DM me or something like that, and I get back to you. But like I say, man, I talk my mess, but I appreciate every last one of y'all, bro. I really do, and I thank y'all, for tuning in. You know what I'm saying, giving me some of y'all time. And that's all I got for tonight. I'm out.